Hello, welcome back at my YouTube channel. Today I will do a kinda cat eye look, so I start with applying some sticky tape. The first shade that I will blend in my crease is called Nude from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm using the Sigma E38 brush for this. Normally I always use my E40 brush, but I have no idea where it is. Somehow I'm losing all my brushes at the moment, but I would prefer the E40, so if you're having the E40 brush from Sigma, you can just use that brush. The next shade is from the brand Makeup Geek Cosmetics called Wisteria. It's a very pretty purple shade. I will apply a tiny amount on my brush and apply this in my crease. The reason I'm picking up this shade is because I just don't own a very light purple shade. So instead of that, I'm just using this one and applying a very tiny bit of it. I'm using the Morphe M502 brush. The next shade is also from Makeup Geek. I will list the name of the product down because I cannot pronounce it. And I'm applying this shade at the beginning of my eyelid using a Suifa 237 brush. Now I'm going back in with the Makeup Geek Wisteria eyeshadow. And I'm applying this with the Morphe M210 brush, and I will just press this at the middle of my eyelid, and also I'm going over the shade I used before to melt these shades together. Now I'm just using a random fluffy brush to make sure there are no harsh lines. The next shade is called Masquerade from Makeup Geek Cosmetics, and I will apply this shade at the end of my eyelid. It's a very pretty purple shade with a kind of metallic finish. For this I'm using the Suifa 237 brush, the same as I also used for the beginning of my eyelid. To make the outer corners more intense, I'm using the violet shade from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm blending this in my crease using the Morphe M506 brush. It's a very tiny, fluffy blending brush, and I believe I use it in almost all my tutorials. It just comes in handy for so much things when it comes to creating an eye look. So this is definitely a must-have. And I believe it's from their Flawless Eye Kit. Again, I'm going back in with the Wisteria eyeshadow from Makeup Geek Cosmetics, and I'm just using a fluffy brush with that shade on it to blend everything out, so there are no harsh lines at the end. Because I went in with a darker shade, you want to make sure that it will fade with a lighter shade. Now I'm using the shade White Lies from Makeup Geek Cosmetics. It's just a very matte white eyeshadow, and I will apply this right underneath my eyebrow. I'm using the MAC 242 brush. It is the brush that I was talking about in my previous YouTube tutorial. I thought I lost this brush, but thankfully I found it back. Yay! Now I will apply some glitter on my eyelid. I'm using the Certified Lila glitter. I'm using again the 242 brush from MAC with a bit of the MAC Mix and Medium gel on it. This will make sure that the glitter will stay in place on my eyelid. For my eyeliner, I'm using the Balm Swing Liquid Eyeliner. When it comes to applying eyeliner on top of glitter, I would prefer a liquid eyeliner. It just applies more easily. For in my waterline, I'm using the close-up lash liner from Tarte Cosmetics. It's just a random eye pencil which you can use for in the waterline. I believe it's also waterproof, so that comes in handy. To blend out the eye pencil, I'm using a black eyeshadow. This one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Noir. And I'm using a brush from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. This is from their Ultimate Eye Kit. The next shade that I will use is called Electro. It's also from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm applying this with the Suiva 237 brush. The next shade is called Masquerade from Makeup Cosmetics. I used it before on my eyelid. And I'm using again the Suiva 237 brush. Now I'm going back in with the Noir eyeshadow from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I apply this on a Sigma E30 brush. And I will just apply this shade at the end underneath my eye to kinda connect it with the eyeliner. For my mascara, I'm using the MAC Giga Black Lash Mascara. This is my favorite mascara for my bottom lashes. So I will apply this on my bottom lashes and a very thin layer on my upper lashes. It's not very necessary to apply a lot of mascara at the upper lashes because when you're going in with lashes you won't see anything back from it. I'm using lashes from the brand Diamond Japanese today, and I'm using the style Shooting Daggers. It's a very pretty box. It's very unique. I've never seen something like this before. And the lashes are also very pretty, so I'm applying them with a tweezer. You can use any tweezer you have at home. It doesn't really matter what kind of brand, it will all do the job. And the look is done. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I only did it on one eye. When I do it on both of my eyes it will take me more time. So when I show it on one eye I can make more YouTube tutorials in a week. I hope you have learned something today from my tutorial, and if you have any questions feel free to leave them in the comments. And hopefully I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye bye!